Good morning, grade 3. I'm going to start with the math subject, lesson 5, chapter 12, page 715. I'm going to work in the line plot. A line plot uses axes above a number line to show how often a data value occurs. It means you have to draw axes, okay, or the symbol X to show the number of frequency we have. It's very easy. If I take a look on this table here, okay, we have letters in siblings name. We have the numbers here of the letters in the siblings name. We have 2 letters, 3 letters, 4 letters, 5, 6, and 7. Here we have the frequency. The frequency, it means how many people have these 2 letters, how many people have 3, how many people have 4, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you're gonna turn this, okay, the frequency into axis on the number line. The number line is going to show the numbers you got here. Okay, we're going to start from 0 till we reach 7. Okay, and we're going to interpret the frequency we got by using the symbol axis. For 0 letters, we don't have numbers for 0 letters, so 0, we don't do anything. For one number, okay, or one letter number, we don't have anything, also because the frequency starts from number 2. So on number 2 we have tally number 1, so we have to draw on number 2 only one X. On number 3 we have 0, so we keep it empty. On number 4 we have 2, so we have to put 2 X's. On number 5, we have also 2. You have to put also 2 X's. On number 6, you put 1 X. On number 7, you put 2 X's. Just like that. You just interpret the frequency you have into axes that shows or represent each number in the frequency part here, okay? That's it. Let's go to page 717. I'm gonna solve this question with you, and the rest gonna be the same, okay? So here the data we have is the number of siblings: 0 siblings, 1 sibling, 2 siblings, 3, 4, and 5 and more. The frequency that we're gonna interpret by axis, okay? So I'm gonna start labeling down on the number line the number of siblings we have. We start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we write 5 or more. Okay, so for number 0, we have to interpret the frequency here by axis. Don't forget the symbol is for axis. So number 0, we have 1x. Okay. For number 1, we have 3, so we have to draw 3 axes. 1, 2, 3. For number 2, we have 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For number 3, we have 3. 1, 2, 3. For number 4, we have 2. 1, 2. For number 5, we have 5 and more, we have only 1, so you have to draw only 1 X. Just like that, it's very easy. The one that has more X's, it means that got the highest number of people, okay? And that's it. The rest exercises are the same, please. If there are any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Good morning. I'm gonna work and check my progress in the math subject, page 721. As we all know, that this is a line plot. When you draw, it is a pictograph. When you draw bars, it is a bar graph. And when you do a chart using a tally, it is a tally chart. Okay, and the table that represent the data, we call it frequency table. Okay, so please fill up the correct words in their correct place. Okay, so let's turn to page 722. I'm gonna move on quickly. I'm not gonna solve it with you. I'm just gonna do it orally because it's just a continuation of what we started before. Here we have a frequency table. We're gonna interpret into a tally one. So you write the types of books that you got, okay, mystery, science fiction, sports, and you just interpret the frequency you got by the tally way. So M for mystery, it got 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like that. 7, you interpret by the tally. So science fiction, I'm gonna write it abbreviation. So by 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sports stories, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Here we have to display the set of data from the pictograph or the picture graph in a selected picture graph. Okay, so we're gonna turn this, okay, into a pictograph. So here we have to write the title, which is stuffed animal prizes. Here we have the different types of animals we got. Okay, so we write bear, cat, dog, turtle. Okay, and we choose a symbol for our key. Let's choose it like a circle if you want, because it's easy. And we choose the smallest number we got. We can choose 2, because 2, okay, can give me an easy number to multiply and find the digits to draw half of 2. It's half of the circle, which is semicircle. So let's choose the circle. It's 2, which means 2 represent the circle represent 2 stuffed animals. So here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what number I multiply by 2 gives me 6? It means 3. So here for the bear, you draw 3 circles. For the cat, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, what number I multiply by 2 gives me 4? It is 2. So 1 and 2. Okay, dog, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what number I multiply by 2 gives me 7? There's nothing, but I have 3 times 2 gives me 6. So 1, 2, 3, okay, and 6 plus 1 gives me 7. You have to draw a semicircle, okay. And turtle, for turtles, you're gonna draw 1 circle because the 1 represents 2, okay, just like that. And the last one, according to the line plot, which statement is true? They are telling you that the number of cube roll, here we have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and number of people for these, okay. So they are telling you number 4 was rolled 4 times. Okay, I'm sorry, these are not the number of people, these are the number of times the cube rolled, okay. So they said that number 4 rolled 2 times. It's wrong because it rolled more than 2. I'm moving here. Number 6 was rolled the most. Let's look here. It obviously didn't roll the most because it didn't get the highest x's. The cube was rolled 20 times. Number 1 was rolled the least. If I look on number 1, it didn't roll the least because the least was number 2 because it got only 1 x. If I count all the x's, you're gonna find the total times of how many times does this cube rolled. Here we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the total number is 20. So number C is the correct one. That's it for this lesson. Please ask if there are any questions. Good morning, grade 3. I'm gonna start on lesson 6. In the math subject, page 723, I'm gonna talk about the inches. Okay, in this lesson I need a ruler. As you know that a ruler is divided into 2 parts, inches and centimeter. In this part, in this lesson, we're gonna use the inches part, okay? you have to know something, that sometimes in this lesson they're gonna divide the inches into halves, or sometimes they're gonna divide it into quarters. Let's start with the half. From 0 to 1, you're gonna find that it makes 1 complete inch. Okay, so if you see from 0 to 1, they divided this whole part into 2 parts, 1 and 2, each represented by 1 over 2. Okay, so 1 over 2 inch plus 1 over 2 inch gonna make 1 complete 1 inch. If you turn to page 724, you're gonna see here that they divided the inch into quarter. It means that from 0 to 1, they didn't divide it into 2 halves. They divided into 4 parts, 1, 2, 3, and 4, each represented by 1 over 4. And if I add all the 1 over 4 together, they're gonna make for me 1 complete 1 inch. If I take a look on the size of this fish, okay, and I take the ruler by inch, I can see that this is 1 complete 1 inch, and this is another complete 2 inch. But actually the fish didn't reach number 2. It finished number 1, and it took 1, 2, 3 out of 4 from the 2. So 1 and 3 out of 4. Okay, so the size of the fish is gonna be 1 and 3 out of 4. Let's move to page 725. In this lesson, in this exercise, sorry, you're gonna divide the inch. Okay, you're gonna divide the inch into to the nearest half. It means each inch is divided into half and not quarter. Okay, if I take this eraser, okay, and I use the ruler, okay, if I take a look to the one here, okay, don't forget that they say estimate. It means you have to give a near number to the measurement. No need to give the actual, the exact one. So if I take a look on this eraser, I might say that the length of this eraser is 2 inches. Okay, let's take a look on the biscuit here. If I use the ruler, I might see that this is the first inch, and we want to divide the inch, okay, each inch into halves. It means yani 1, the first half, and the second half. Okay, the first half and the second half. So this is 2. So 1 inch, 2 inches, and a half. Okay, so it is almost 2.5 inch. Okay, if I move to the question below, they said you have to estimate and measure to the nearest quarter. It means each inch is divided into 4. Take a ruler, and let's say the 1 inch is here. Okay, so let's divide each inch into quarters. It means so 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's make the one like here. It reaches here. Okay, so the one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's finished 2 inches and a small quarter. So it is 2 and a quarter. Okay, so 2 and 1 over 4 inches. Okay, just like that. Please, in this lesson, you need to use a ruler to estimate the measurement. When they say to the nearest 1 over 4, it means you have to make it small, and you have to count 4 to make, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 to make 1 complete inch. When they say to the nearest half, it means you make it bigger and you cut the inch into 2 halves, 1 and 2. Okay, just like that. Good morning, grade 3. Hope you're fine today. Now in this part, in the math subject, I'm gonna make a quick revision about everything we took before, and I'm gonna work in page 737. Here, as you see, there is a number line. It means you have to draw a plot line, okay? The data table is here. Let's read the question. Michael received a mixed up box of t-shirts for the 4 teams he is coaching. He needs 4 of each number from 1 to 5. He wrote down the numbers in the frequency table, and you have to make a line plot to determine if he has enough of each number. So we're gonna count how many ones do we have, how many twos, how many threes, and how many fours, and how many five, and you have to draw them in the plot line. Let's start with number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for number 1, we received 4. Okay? For number 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, for number 3, for number 2, you received the 3. For 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So for 3, 4. And for 4, 1, 2, only 2. And for 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's draw them on the plot line. So we said for 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For 2, we have 3. 1, 2, 3. For 3, we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For 4, we have 2. For 5, we have 3. Okay, that's it. So let's move to question number 2, 737. You have this tally chart you want to interpret into bar graph. Okay, so for the good behavior reward choices, we have the reward, extra recess, game time, pizza, treat, read aloud time. Each received a certain number. They wrote it by tally. Let's interpret into numbers. So this is 6, 3, 5 and 3, 8 and 10. Okay, we're gonna draw the bar graph. So recess got 16. It got 6. Okay, so 4, 2, 4, 6. So let's draw till 6. For game, it received a 3. So 3, it is between 2 and 4, almost like here. It didn't reach 4, but it is, don't reach it till 4. Make it almost a 3. Okay, pizza, 8. So 8 is here. And we have the read aloud, we have 10. So we reach it till 10. Okay, let's turn the page. 738. Okay, we have this bar graph. Draw an example of a tally chart that may have been used. So if you want to draw a tally chart, okay, you're gonna use the numbers by tally. So 10, you know how to draw it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The rest you do them by tally. So actually this is a quick revision about what we took before. So let's see here the question. How many people were surveyed for this graph? You just add all the numbers together. Here we have 10. Here we have like almost 5. Here we have for pineapple. We have like 7. Okay, so 10 plus 5, 15. 15 plus 7 is 22, right? So 22 people were surveyed in this survey. Please, if there are any questions, we are ready to answer yours. Okay. Hello, grade 3. Now I'm gonna work in the check progress, which is the last video. I'm gonna take it for chapter 12. It's page 741. This you just fill it as a game. I'm gonna move to 742. We have the data here up. Okay, we're gonna interpret into a tally chart. Here there are like a repeated questions about what we took before. I'm gonna choose a few to solve it for you because they are just repetition. Okay, so here we have different kinds of instruments, and here we have the people that are using these instruments. You just write the instruments here. Okay, I wrote the abbreviation by letters and I counted the people and I wrote it. Let's count for, like, for example, the woodwinds. It got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you just write by tally 5. And for this part of question, you're gonna interpret this tally chart into a pictograph where you draw pictures. They gave you the symbol that you want to draw. You're just gonna give the key. So I chose 2, which is an easy number to multiply. Okay, so I just write the instruments I got and I interpret the pictures or the tally by drawing pictures. Here we have 7. So I draw what number I multiply by 2 gives me 7. There is nothing, but I have 2 times 3 gives me 6. So 1, 2, 3. So these are 6. And this one, it represents 1. So 6 plus 1, 7. So for this one, we got 5. So what number I multiply by 2 gives me 5? There's nothing, but I have 2 times 2 gives me 4. So you draw 2 complete symbols and a half to represent for 1. So 4 plus 1 equals 5. Okay, and you continue the rest like that. If I move to this one, it's you're gonna interpret this into bar graph. Since I choose the key by 2, you're gonna move by pattern of 2, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. You write the title up, the same title here, you write it up, and we have the instruments down. You just draw the bars to the number it received. Okay, like that. I'm gonna move to 743. In page 743, according to the line plot you have here, okay, you have the line plot here. How many pets do most students have? Here we have the students that got the number of pets: 0 pets, 1 pet, 2 pets, 3 pets, 4 pets. So the highest number of pets, okay, that students got or is 1 pet because it received the biggest number of X's. So you just circle 1. Okay, please, if there are any questions, we are ready to answer yours because we are always ready to help you. Okay, and these, like this, we are done with chapter 12. Please, if there are any questions, again, we are ready to answer you. Thank you.